The other driver in the data center that is going on is virtualization, which is one of my favorite topics. I've been involved in virtualizing the network for several years, including creating SDN products and switches, and also creating SDN validation test solutions and SDN-based visibility solutions within Ixia. So a couple of things that are going on in terms of why virtualization continues to grow in importance. One is the cloud. You cannot move to the cloud without having virtualized your data center first, period, end of conversation. You can't. The application can't be stranded and tied to a server and move to the cloud. It's impossible. So the only way a customer is going to be able to have applications run both in the cloud and in their data center is for them to virtualize their servers. And that is happening fast. Why? Because the cloud, again, is real, and companies want to move to the cloud. So virtualization is a key aspect of the cloud and the move to the cloud. The other issue is the ability to deploy applications flexibly across the data center. Utilization rates are important in the data center, and the server base there continues to be somewhat underutilized. So being able to have flexibility to move those applications around the network, very important. And then the other piece is within each of the servers themselves, they're running more virtual machines. And that is because basically the compute power allows it, but also the requirement for putting as many applications into virtual machines as possible is occurring. So that's not just for the servers, by the way. You know storage is virtualizing, and finally, the network is virtualizing as well. And as the network virtualizes, there's a lot of issues that haven't been thought about. One is visibility, being able to see anything that is virtualized. If you virtualize not just the server base, but you virtualize many of your network functions, how do you know what's going on in your network? And the other issue is security around virtualization, right? There are so many, think about how we structure firewalls today. Guess what? They don't move around, last I checked. And so you've got virtual machines moving all over the place and data and applications moving all over the place. How are you going to secure that, the vMotion? So in any case, that visibility is really key. And one of the things that we're doing at Ixia is, as a result of acquisitions that we made in the last several years, we have built visibility platforms for a virtualized environment. Okay, and what does that mean? That means that we can basically first, from a pre-deployment perspective, validate that your virtual machine network functions are in fact working. So if you've built a virtual network function, is it performing or is it not? We can tell you that. The other thing we can do is we can monitor within the virtual environment at the hypervisor level in terms of what's happening from an application perspective. What applications are running on that network? What's the network doing from a performance perspective? We're able to provide a lot of information using our network packet brokers, using our virtual taps, and using something we call our control tower that basically can utilize the OpenFlow ports on your switches to turn them into visibility switches and then get more information about the network. So visibility is very important, and when it comes to virtualization, and we have a solution both in pre-deployment and when the network is operating to solve that problem.